All right, Campoholics, it is Friday, May 3rd. We're heading to, I had a bad start. I accidentally shaved my goatee off. Just like, damn it. Anyway, we're going to Tombstone, Arizona today with Keith and Randy from It's Me, Randy Lee, and that's why I'm upset also because I shaved my sexy goatee off. Now I'm going to be beside Keith, who's nothing but arm candy. Big sexy, and I've lost some of my sex appeal.
So that's why you're wearing that shirt then?
Yeah, that's why I'm wearing my good shirt today. In and out car care. I'm a lubrication expert.
I was wondering why you're wearing that. I thought that was kind of an odd choice.
Yep. So we're heading to Tombstone today. Bucket list item. Bucket list.
The F word.
No, I didn't say the F word missing. All right. We'll take you with us. Here we go.
So we're hanging out with our friends Keith and Rainey. They are part of the Grand Design Impact team. We have known them now a couple years and gotten to really enjoy hanging out with them, even though they're about half our age. So we met up with them in their local area. They both were born and raised here in Tombstone, and I think Rainey's mom was a pastor at a church there.
Oh, Michael is so upset, just so you know.
Why?
Because he had a little mistake with his beard.
Oh, no.
And now he's like, I have to look my best because I have to walk with Keith all day long.
Look at me.
Look at me! He's humble. He's so humble.
Okay, Corral. All right, Campoholics, so a big bucket list item for me. I've always wanted to go to Tombstone. Ever since I saw the movie Tombstone, I've been intrigued with Tombstone and the Wild West. For me, we even talked about naming our kid Wyatt at one time, our son, before he was born. 6'3". Damn, Keith, you were pretty today. Thank you. Thank you. But we went ahead and ended up naming our son Cole after watching Days of Thunder and Cole Trickle. So the Wyatt naming went away after we saw Days of Thunder. But we're coming in town, Tombstone here, and the big item I wanted to see was Big Nose Kates Saloon, and of course the Birdcage Theater, being a Ghost Adventures
And
fan.
the OK Corral. We had to see the big gunfight.
You had to see the gunfight at the OK Corral.
There it is! There it is, the barricade!
I've also never been on a horse ride.
Here we go. All right, as you come in town, Tombstone, it's like walking back in the wild old west, man. It's pretty cool. Big thing I wanted to do, I even talked about it, was renting a duster or buying a duster, putting a duster on and a cowboy hat, and just walking around like an old cowboy back in time.
You gotta make a reservation right here.
Still sitting on that floor, grand piano, man's on the original Pharaoh baby still sitting where it did without holiday. Stepping on our floors, you're now walking on the very floors of some of the most famous characters in Western history.
All right, so we walked into Birdcage Theater, made reservations, or we thought we were going to make reservations, but we found out that we couldn't get an 8 p.m. time because we wanted to go during the dark, being dark outside for a ghost tour, get the real effect of a ghost tour, going in there when it's dark. And
But they fill them up by time slots. So
yeah, they fill them up by time slots.
Go.
And so we went ahead and put that off. We went into the espresso bar, got what used to be Undertaker's office, got an energy drink, get pumped up for the day, and we'll take you for a little tour around town. What's amazing is I did not realize, I thought it would be a smaller, compact area as far as the town, as far as the buildings, but that extends a couple city blocks. I didn't know. I didn't realize how big Tombstone was. There's a duster.
An actual functioning town.
Yes, an actual functioning town. Yeah, there's a duster. I really thought about pulling the trigger on buying the duster.
But it was 85 degrees.
Yeah, it was 85 outside, and that duster was very expensive. But we have our space and weight. Yeah, space and weight. So we have our energy drinks, and there's the big square where all the major gun fights took place.
The deadliest intersection, supposedly.
Yes,
is what they were saying. So
we'll give you an idea how big Tombstone is. Just walk around with us as we walk down the sidewalk or the boardwalk, sidewalks, I guess. And see all the sights and the sounds.
The town, just as it is.
As it is. I mean, it was.
But people come there and like they'll get that call. Like people would come in and get a coffee. Like that's a place people. It's a go-to. Like
Yeah, I mean, it is a town.
I just didn't expect it to be like that. I expected it to be
It's
so
just
much
like,
touristy.
Yeah, it's like any small town in America. It's,
Yeah.
it's
People come and
people
they
come
shop
to work and
and-
shop
yeah.
and blah blah blah. I mean, it's
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's no big deal to them. So, but enjoy the little tour here of Tombstone as we go into the next segment here. All right, there is Big Nose Kates Saloon. Little did we know that's going to be the event of the day later in the
We
afternoon.
got accosted or attacked, or I don't know what the word is,
Yes.
but you'll see for yourself.
But
Blindsided.
Big Nose Kate, she didn't have a big nose. She was just apparently the nosy
She
woman.
was a nosy woman in town.
In town, yes, and evidently a wealthy woman too. I don't know, but that's how she got her name as a reputation as being the nosy lady of the town.
On this street or over there? Yeah.
Cross Street says in the
Where he's
U.S.
standing is the deadliest cross street in the U.S.
Because there's been the most people that have been killed there. Is it true? Is it true? Could we Google it? Are we gonna?
Smoke signals. So if you want to be in the true spirit of Tombstone, you need to go watch the reenactment at the OK Corral. You go into the Historama and purchase your tickets, and I believe they were $20 a couple. And there's a museum that you can go through to watch the gunfight before you watch the gunfight and all that good stuff. But it was definitely well worth paying the money to see the reenactment. So while waiting for the OK Corral gunfight, we walked across the street to this random building that had no attendants in it, or it looked open, but it was just shelves of rocks, a coffin. We really don't know what it was and what we were doing, but we were intrigued. So we walked around and we picked up the rocks, and they were charging for those rocks that you really could just find on the street. So we don't know what it was, but hey, it killed some time before the gunfight.
All right, out in the street was the cast or the crew of the OK Corral gunfight show. There's all the
actors.
Wyatt Earps right there, and the McClearys.
So in the museum, there were actual artifacts from the OK Corral. There was also movie props from the movie Tombstone, Kevin Costner's saddle. Here's an actual hearse that was how you went out in style. It was visual.
If you had money.
If you had money, yes.
You rented the hearse to go to your funeral.
Yes.
Here we are in the courtyard. Is it? No, that's not a courtyard.
Corral.
We're at the OK Corral. It's the corral. We're standing in the actual corral.
Lucky of us. We're at Lucky Customer.
Yeah. Keep out. We're waiting on the gunfight. The world famous gunfight. It was $20 for a couple. Oh, we go back here. Oh, there's a passageway. There's a passageway.
They will do. They will. The actual reenactment is.
1880s toilet.
Oh, there's a prostitute. Ribs.
Little did we know, we just paid $20 to come here and look at dummies. $20 to look at the dummies.
Which one's the dummy?
Yes.
Are you ready for a gunfight?
Yes!
That's a little better.
No problem. How's he looking, Mark?
He doesn't look good, Wyatt.
No, if that man dies, you swing for it. And you let him loose, sir. You let him loose, pretend we're ever here.
He'd have shot a man. He's gonna stand trial for it. I suggest you boys clear out.
He's bluffing, Bill. Let's go.
Funeral. Truth about you, Ike.
That's a good choice, Munger.
You're a drunken fool.
Hey, what was that?
There's no need to worry, Tom. Nothing will come of this. You see, Ike talks, and he talks, but he never does back up any of those threats. No, sir, he is just a coward.
Cowboys looking for a fight? Now you've got it.
Up your hands, boys. We're here for your guns. Oh, that's not what I want! Wait, don't shoot, Wyatt! I'm alive!
Holiday! You got the guts to play for blood!
I'm your Huckleberry. That's just my game.
Hey, I got the sheriff's son!
Whoa!
No sympathy?
Frank Lowry, dead. Tom McLowry, dead. Billy Clanton, dead. And that was it. Over before it ever started. 2 months after this gunfight, Virgil Earp was ambushed outside the Crystal Palace Saloon. 3 shotguns went off, but he still refused to die. Crippled up pretty bad, Virgil wandered the West until death found him in Nevada in 1905. Not as lucky was Wyatt's kid brother Morgan. He was shot in the back and killed playing a game of pool up on Allen Street. Morgan died at midnight, March 19th, 1882. It was his brother Wyatt's birthday. Now in 1887, the year this whole town began to fall apart, the 2 main causes of this gunfight died hundreds of miles apart from each other. That summer, trying to put together a new gang up in northern Arizona, Ike Clanton was shot and killed by a mail-order detective.
What?
Not long after that, after a lifetime of drinking and smoking, well, tuberculosis caught up with yours truly up in Colorado. I don't care to talk about it. Wyatt Earp was the last man standing out of all this. He'd spend his days traveling. Wyatt made his way from Idaho to Alaska, finally ending up in Jazz Age Hollywood, searching for another tombstone and the chance to get things right again. He never would find it. When Wyatt died in Los Angeles in 1929, just ahead of his 81st birthday, his final words, suppose. And that, folks, is our show. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you.
Kitchen hot rice. Oh, that's pretty cool. Hello. Good. Thank you.
Hello, thank you.
Howdy. Howdy.
$2 a piece.
All right. These are sit at the door. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right. Menus in there at all?
All right, guys.
What?
We're at the Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace? We're at Crystal Palace. I bought a hat.
I bought a hat. It's a very nice hat. It's dapper.
It's dapper. So, yeah, Crystal Palace. There's the stage. There's the building. Look at that facade. Look at that bar. That's beautiful. All right, guys, we're going into Big Nose Kates Saloon. Nope. We're going in.
Oh.
All right, Mr. Host. All right. What is happening here? Gunslingers.
So he's the owner
Right.
Oh yeah, you guys go.
Just going over there. To the piano.
Behind you.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Where are we going?
To the piano over there. That's where he wants you to go. Yep. You out of town people.
Oh, out of town?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
I don't know. I'm a tourist here. Oh, in front of us.
So you may notice the deer in the headlights look because we had no idea what was going on. That gentleman right there is the owner in that black veteran's hat, and he wanted us to get on the bar, hold the guns. He gave us dusters. Like, we had no idea, and he never told us he was the owner until after Rainey and I sitting on the bar with the guns and the boas.
So what was crazy was the owner, when we first met, when we first walked into the bar, he just comes up and grabs my arm and he says, "Hey, you got cameras there?" I said, "Yeah, I got cameras." He says, "You want to take some pictures of this place?" I said, "Well, yeah, I do. That was the kind of the plan." And it just progressed from there. All of a sudden he says, "I got something for you. I'm going to put your ladies up on the bar here and we'll give them some guns and you guys can take some pictures." And then for
That's
something,
exactly what he did.
and then somehow it progressed to putting the girls up on the piano and getting even dressed up even more.
And he didn't tell us, and we didn't. So we actually looked at the bartender and we're like, are we supposed to do this? And we're like, yeah, because we didn't know he was the owner. So we didn't want to get in trouble. But it was about a 6-minute whirlwind of us running around with guns and boas and bandanas. And I mean, it was quite the spectacle. But we did have a lot of fun. But yeah, we did not have any idea what we were walking into.
No, we just wanted a couple drinks.
You got a hat.
You need to do that into the camera.
Okay. Get on this side, ma'am.
Oh,
Giddy up.
giddy
Down
up.
step. Just be careful. Oh my God. Be careful.
I did that right. What's happening here? See, I don't know. Oh, close me up. Oh, God, yes.
Scoot over just a little bit. Right there. Scoot over a little bit this way. Okay.
Like, this is
Okay. Yeah. Swap side.
60 in like 8 seconds. Are you mad? No, not
Yep.
at all. Keith is like hilarious and is supposed to
Take this, sir.
So this went on for another 5 minutes or so, but the owner was great. We got bunches of pictures. He
You can see him on our Facebook page.
Yep, he bought us a round of drinks. So if you want a lot of fun, make sure you stop into Big Nose Kates and say hi. The drinks are really good too. So yeah, we had a great time. It was definitely a tourist trap, but we had fun.
Wow, that was cool. That was cool.
That was unexpected.
Yes, that was cool.
So Keith kept saying, we have to go to the shaft. We have to go down to the shaft. So we go down, and to Michael's demise, it was a gift shop.
I thought we were going to go see some more relics.
We did see, there was a shaft mine dug, but it was mainly a gift shop. But
A gift shop?
Go back.
I thought it was where the girls hang. Look at me.
The shaft.
The shaft, yes.
We honor this building and its past by preserving an original mine shaft and the home of the Grand Hotel's Swamper, the loyal and honest odd job man who lived here as part of his pay. Within his private domain where he enjoyed quiet solitude, the Swamper also kept secret his passion for silver. He spent many painstaking hours digging his way to a thick vein of silver within the shaft.
What is going on?
I kept on point. I'm a professional, Missy.
I'm so impressed.
It is still unknown if the Swamper spent his silver or if he hoarded it in an unknown niche somewhere within the grand building. Over the years, many workers of the now Big Nose Kates Saloon swear that they have seen a ghost wandering the halls and stairs. It has been reasoned that the ghost is indeed the Swamper and that his afterlife is being spent protecting the silver that may still perhaps be buried in this legendary leather
Protecting
pants.
this.
Nobody else cares about this. This is exciting stuff. Okay, there's ghosts here.
Protecting the silver.
I'll tell you. Listen, did you hear that? Burnt wood?
No, I'm sorry.
I got pieces of the burnt wood from the original Grand Hotel.
That's actually really cool. Let's see it.
Pieces of burnt wood from the original Grand Hotel.
And there's pieces of pottery in there. You can see up close. Pretty neat, huh? So you guys know about the big major fires that wiped out too.
So this place caught on fire too.
Oh yeah, everything did.
Everything.
Everything
Okay.
did. So
All right.
in 1881, we had the big fire, and it was either east or west of 5th Street. The entire businesses from 5th Street over wiped out. 82, we had another fire. The opposite side of 5th Street wiped out the entire other side of the town.
Yeah, right.
That was safe
2
in the
fires.
first one.
2 fires for the price of 1. Okay. All right. All right. Interesting.
You guys know that Tombstone was actually a first-class society that had fancy Italian dishes, in-ground adobe pools, and the most eloquent hotel rooms in this side of the
I did know that.
You did?
Yeah. Coming from Delaware, I knew that. No, I didn't. I didn't
A
know.
lot of people don't know that about out here. They're like, oh, they're just old mine. No, they were some rich people out here.
fancy.
Fancy like that. Look at them boots.
I know, look at all these boots that Missy could be looking at, but she's over there.
Yeah.
Missy!
Keith, this is bullshit. I can't believe you took me down. I can't believe you brought me down here, dude.
Hey, look, you gotta treat your wife sometimes.
I cannot believe you. I'm taking that outfit right there, but
Look at that. Wouldn't she look nice?
yes, you would. Yes. How much for that right there?
Look at all these corsets over here.
Where? All right, let's go back up and
They're
drink
looking at the wrong
while they
stuff.
try stuff
Yes.
on. Hey,
All right, this is the county courthouse. They had 7 executions right there, 7 hangings from criminals that were sentenced to death. There was also right there was the holding cage, so they would escort the criminals out there. They could stand in that holding cage and look at the gallows before it was time to hang them. They said up to 500 people will come witness a hanging in town. Speaking of hangings, we then went to Boot Hill Graveyard. It's pretty much right across the street, right down the road from Tombstone. And there's the McCleary brothers and the Clantons or whatever who were buried from the gunfight. That's where their final resting place were.
But it was mainly for people who were poor.
Yes.
That's ended up what it was. So some of them were like women who died from childbirth, or the 2 brothers that died drowning. So a lot of them just were regular old people out there, but there were some famous ones out there. It was really sad and to see some of the causes of death and the ages.
Yeah, somebody was lynched. Of course, there was several cowboys in there that were shot and killed by 45s or whatever the weapon was at the time. How much was it to get in there? I don't remember. It wasn't crazy, but they give you a grid map of all the graves there, and you can see all the people who are buried there, their names, and the history
of how they died.
How they died.
There, yep.
So that is Boot Hill Graveyard
Cemetery
right outside it. It's right before you get to town.
Yes.
Right before you get to town, coming from the north end of town. So it's also at Atlas Obscura location, and just beyond this graveyard is also the Jewish National Graveyard, I guess, for the Jewish families who lived in Tombstone during that time frame also. So it's very interesting to see some of the names on those tombstones and how they passed away, the circumstances behind their deaths, and the very... there was no couth behind the stories.
Yeah, they just put it on there.
They just put it on there.
Yeah.
So,
there was no filters.
No.
Yes, no filters.
You can see more pictures of the Boot Hill Cemetery on our Facebook page. I posted a lot of pictures of it on the Facebook page, and you can actually read the stories of the deaths. You can make out the stories of the deaths on that are written on the tombstone. They are quite an interesting thing to read.
Mm-hmm.
So coming from the north, just past Boot Hill Cemetery, you can see Wyatt Earp's house. It's just before the OK Corral. It was on the left as you enter town limits. And it's a pretty fascinating sight to see how humble of a small home Wyatt Earp, the sheriff there in town, his house was. So there's a statue of Wyatt Earp right outside of his house. Now it's time for a ghost tour. We went back the second day. Of course, I wore my hat again, and we went for the 6 o'clock show. It doesn't matter because it's so dark in there. So dark in there. It doesn't matter what time you go. But this is the ghost tour we took of the Birdcage Theater. We're in the Birdcage Theater.
Next one over is the hearse. She's known as the Black Mariah. There were 8 of them made, and we have the last one that we know of, which puts her price tag at about $3 million today, but back in the day she was purchased for $8,000. Now I know it says it was the only hearse. She was not, but she was the hearse, if you know what I mean. The social elite, or if you wanted to make that last final statement, you would book this very classy ride to the graveyard. She would be led by a team of white horses, and her original viewing coffin is the one in that corner by the stairs, which might also add the uncomfortableness of that corner. 16 deaths. We didn't want to report anymore because we were afraid we were going to be shut down at the time. So the rumor is that they would hide bodies in the cellar until the wee hours of the morning, where everybody is too drunk or too preoccupied to even care, and then we would wrap this body up, take it out this hallway to this door, which led to our alley, and there was a waiting pig farmer in our alley waiting for his donation. And that is how we got rid of unwanteds, and it might explain the chaotic energy that is in the cellar. This is where the longest poker game in Western history took place. It lasted 8 years, 5 months, and 3 days. The buy-in was $1,000, and that way they kind of excluded the regular John in town, and they were playing with either professional gamblers or like the social elite like themselves. $1,000 now would make it a $30,000 buy-in. Christmas Day of '89 was the last game they were able to play, and at that point over $10 million exchanged hands, and the Birdcage got to keep 10% of that. Now the biggest chunk of that $10 million was raised during the Biggins ownership, so they got the biggest chunk from '86 to '89. We have players like Diamond Jim Brady and Bat Masterson, Adolphus Bush with Budweiser, William Hurst. Imagine Wyatt that's sitting in one of these chairs here, and then he catches the eye of Josephine Marcus, who actually worked in this first crib for about 13 months, maybe a little bit more. Josephine was 20 years his junior, and yes, Wyatt was married to Maddie, common law. And he wasn't going to leave Maddie for Josephine. It just so happened that the stress of this town, the shootout, the affair, she already had anxiety and migraines. She was really into the laudanum and the opiates, and she accidentally overdosed, which then after a grieving period, Wyatt was able to marry Josephine Marcus over here.
I'm taking the spirit home. Taking the spirit home in my cell phone. I got a capture. Look at this, Campoholics. Hold on. Look at this photo, Campoholics.
You could do a you decide. We could post both pictures together.
You decide.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Hold on, man. Where's my photos? Where's my photos? There it is, Campoholics. Look at that. See the face of the ghost I caught on the staircase? Look at that. Right there. I'm a believer.
That's for the Campoholics this photo.
Mm-hmm. Which one?